All right, happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a full MLB slate. We're going to talk about every game. As always, big college football game kicking off today for me personally with Texas and Ohio State. So I'm going to give you guys some college football leans as well. Won't be official plays right now, just leans, but I've got 4 of those. We've got 5 MLB best bets. Recap from yesterday, we went 3-2 up a unit. We'll take a winning day, but my God, the Tigers-Royals over was so frustrating. We had 7 runs through 4 innings, 16 runners left on base after that. Spoiler alert, I'm going right back to that bitch today. We'll talk about why. But we had the Phillies money line, both teams scored 2. Ended up 2-1. Pretty much a snooze fest of a game. We had the Yankees on the money line, both teams that scored 2 at plus 105. Cashed that. We had Peyton Toll over 5.5 Ks at plus 125. Beautiful. I mean, that was sweat free. He ended up with 8. We had the Brewers on the money line at plus 115. It's a bit of a snooze fest for a while. Really good pitching between Peralta and Bieber, but ultimately the Brew Crew was just too much. They just brought the heat and ended up winning that, I believe, 7-2. So let's get into this slate, give you guys my 5 best bets. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're on mobile, there's some new feature called Hype. Down at the bottom, you can hype up the video. Let's give that a try. All right, first game on the card, right back to the Brewers and the Blue Jays, Quinn Priester and Kevin Gausman. Brewers can't lose when Priester's pitching. It's unreal. It's like 14 games in a row they've won with him pitching. So I got to go back to the Brew Crew here. It's not an official play, but I do have the Brewers winning this 5-4. So over 8.5 would be live as well. Gausman just hasn't been great at home. Priester's splits don't woo me, but it would be Brewers for me in this spot. Next game is going to be the Rays and the Nationals. Ryan Pepio going up against Jake the Snake Irvin. I just don't trust Irvin. That said, I think the Nationals get the Pepio. They scored 1 run last night. It was 4-1. I do like runs in this one. Wind is going to be blowing in. It's going to be 75 degrees, but slight wind blowing in. Pepio, pretty good against lefties. Not so great against righties, but Jake the Snake, 404 against lefties, 326 to righties, 342 with runners in scoring position. He's got a 5 ERA at home. That said, avenues with Pepio's pitch splits here. So give me the Rays on the money line. Both teams to score 2. One of my favorite bets, plus 120 today on that. Even if the Nationals take the lead, let's say through 5 or 6, you've got a significant bullpen advantage with the Rays, and we know how vulnerable this Nationals bullpen is. So I'd still feel comfortable in that spot. Next game is going to be the Marlins and the Mets. So this is going to be Edward Cabrera going up against David Peterson. They played a football game last night. That wasn't baseball. So many runs were scored. Weather at City, wind's going to be blowing in from left field, and it's going to be 76 degrees. I don't love this spot for Cabrera, but that said, Mets really haven't been showing up for Peterson. Might be worth a stab here on Miami at this price. I think we saw that. We saw it yesterday in the Braves and Phillies game. Phillies scored, almost 20 runs, basically the same as the Mets, and they struggled to score the next day. I think we see something similar today. Maybe Cabrera over K, something like that. I could see him having a decent day. I don't necessarily want to trust him, but over the last 30 days, he has looked good. 164 average to lefties with a 26% K rate. But it's really righties where he's been striking them out. 33% K rate against righties, but a 238 average. We look at Peterson against righties, definitely more susceptible at 235. 46% hard hit percentage, 238 with runners in scoring position. I'm not saying I love the Marlins today, but the value is on taking the Marlins, especially after a kind of a beatdown yesterday. All right, next game is going to be the Pirates and the Red Sox. Johan Oviedo going up against Dustin May. I don't trust the big Genge. Dustin May is not a guy I'm putting my money on, and this price is absurd to back Dustin May. Oviedo's looked pretty good. His first couple of starts, I'm not saying he's great, but he's looked very serviceable. Weather today, 73 degrees, and the wind's going to be blowing out slightly to right field. So this will be Pirates or nothing for me at this price. Just can't back Dustin May. I don't mind the over 9. So it would probably be over 9. Then I would take the Pirates. That's how I'd play that. Next game is going to be the Braves and the Phillies. The return of Chris Sale. I think Chris Sale made 3 rehab starts going up against Christopher Sanchez, right? I would expect Sale's going to be on some type of limited pitch count, 70, 75 pitches. Sanchez has been pretty dang good at home. He's got a 2.38 ERA, but his splits haven't been fantastic. 2.76 average to lefties, 2.50 to righties. We get an over-under of 7.5 today. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Sale come out looking a little rusty, but yeah, it's just right. It's that tweener price where you're not getting great value to take the Phillies, but you're also not getting the value I would want to take the Braves either, with Sanchez on the bump. So this is one I think it's a pretty close game. It would be first 5 under for me in this one. Ultimately, I think the Braves win, or not the Braves. I think the Phillies win. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Sale looking a little rusty. His pitch mix isn't fantastic today. Fastball, slider, changeup are all pitches that the Phillies hit really well. So I wouldn't be shocked if we see some rust here. Phillies race to 3 for me. Next game's going to be Cardinals and the Reds. Reds just absolutely shitting the bed the last couple of weeks, just killing themselves in the wild card. With the Mets winning, let's see where they're at now. In terms of the wild card race, the Reds are now 5 games back in the wild card. So essentially just handing it to the Mets here. Today we get Andrew Abbott going up against Michael McGreevy. Don't really trust McGreevy, but he's been better on the road. I've seen some regression out of Abbott. Like his last 4 starts just haven't been amazing. 74 degrees at GABP, and the wind is going to be blowing in from left field. I kind of like an under here. I don't trust this Cardinals team, but that said, we kind of talked about it all season. They've hit lefties really well. Last 2 weeks, they've been on fire, hitting 300 with a 140 WRC plus. Over the past week, hitting 545 with a 275 WRC plus. Very limited sample size, so that's highly misleading. But the Reds are struggling with the sticks a little bit. McGreevy might be a get-right spot for him, but he throws a lot of junk. He throws a slider. That's just one pitch that scares me with the Reds. Technically, they're hitting it well, but this would be Cardinals or nothing for me. I have the Cardinals slightly winning this game, under 8.5. So Cardinals are the under here. Next game, Angels and the Astros. So this is going to be Kyle Hendricks going up against Spencer Arrighetti. I don't love Arrighetti in this spot, but I hate Hendricks more. So give me the Astros to win. We're going to use them as a parlay piece. I think it's this guy's like a really good get-right spot for them. We've just seen this Angels team struggling offensively. Worst team over the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching, hitting 176 over the past 2 weeks, 158 over the past week. Could it be an upset? Absolutely. Houston's not been the most reliable team, but we are going to use them as a parlay piece today. I just gut feeling says they get right today. And Arrighetti's been definitely better against righties than lefties. You got a decently dominant right-handed lineup with the Angels, and Hendricks just terrible against righties. So, and he's got a 5.5 ERA on the road. So give me the Astros to get it done here. Next game, Padres and the Twins. We're leaning into this one. This is Nick Pivetta going up against Taj Bradley. Bradley was awful in his last start. First start he had made in quite a while. I expect the same today. Twins ended up sneaking out nasty Nestor Cortez's ass and gave up a bunch of runs. I think Pivetta deals today, so we are going to lean in here. Only concern is the wind's going to be blowing in at Target Field. So that is slightly concerning because it's going to be blowing in from center field at about 6 miles an hour, but it's going to be 78 degrees. So decent weather day. Give me the Padres -1, Padres on the run line. So we're going to go that route. We got to pay a little juice for that -1. So this is going to be our first unit and a half play of the season, actually, but we're going to lean into it. Taj Bradley's awful. I expect Pivetta to absolutely deal today against a team that is highly susceptible to striking out. Next game, Yankees and the White Sox. It's going to be Cam Schlittler going up against Shane Smith. So right back to the Yankees on this one. It'd probably just be Yankees team total for me. Yankees on the run line, I think, is fine. It's just a little juiced. It's highly juiced today, and you can't really find a ton of value with them. So maybe a parlay piece, but I got Yankees winning this 6-4. Over 9 would definitely be live here. Weather at right field's pretty much going to be blowing left to right, and it's going to be 69 degrees. So a little on the cooler side, but these Yankees bats are heating up. They are getting real hot, and I expect Schlittler to pitch halfway decent today. Splits heavily, pitching really good against righties. 188. It's got a 26% K rate. A little bit of an elevated hard hit percentage. But Shane Smith has been dealing. He's got like a sub 100 average against righties over the last 30 days. So Probably not a game I touch, full transparency, especially at this price. I mean, the value's on the White Sox. I just have no faith in their bullpen. So, yeah, it's just one I'll be watching as a fan. All right, Detroit and Kansas City. I already said it. I'm going right back to the well. Give me the over 9. We're paying a little bit more today with that half run at the 9, but Stephen Kolek against Jack Flaherty. This Royals team saw Jack Flaherty in Detroit, and they just absolutely spanked his ass. I expect the same today. Flaherty, 6 ERA on the road, 3.02 average to lefties, 2.54 to righties. And if they don't, we got Stephen Kolek on the other side. Hasn't pitched in the majors for a while. Remember, he was on the Padres. He is just a guy that is capable of giving up a ton of runs. I kind of go back to that series at Petco Park against the Marlins where he gave up like 6 runs in the first inning. And then somehow the Padres came back to win that, by the way, thanks to an outfielder having 3 errors in that game, if I remember correctly. But anyway, give me the over 9. Lean Tigers here in the spot. Can't really trust Kolek. Yeah, it would be, but I like the over. So I really don't want to pick a winner in this one because I think someone's getting tattooed in this one. It's probably both of them. All right, couple more games here to talk about. Seattle and Cleveland. Logan Gilbert going up against Gavin Williams. I said it yesterday. I had a weird feeling about this game, and it came true. Cleveland walked it off in the 9th. Gavin Williams, he's all right. Logan Gilbert, I want to trust him, but his numbers on the road have been atrocious. However, it's been very good against lefties, and his K rate is super high. So I do think we see the Guardians strike out a ton. We've seen highly elevated K rates from them the last couple of weeks. And I don't love the pitch mix for Gavin Williams. Fastball cutter, he throws about 60% of the time. The Mariners are first and second hitting those pitches. So it would be the Mariners for me. Price is a little high, though, so I can't really pay this price. I would lean towards the over 7.5. In terms of the weather, it is going to be 67 degrees, so a little bit on the cooler side at Progressive Field, and we do have the wind blowing in from right field. So just not a game I love here in this spot. The value is technically on taking the Guardians in this spot. I just don't think I can get there with it. Baltimore and San Fran, these Giants are just on a damn tear. That's what? How many games? 6 in a row, I think they've won. Yeah, 6 in a row, 6-4 in their last 10, and they're putting up runs in abundance. Trevor Rogers today. Trevor's been outstanding. That said, hard hit percentage is still pretty high, but I don't know how you don't back him today. It's just a tough price. Like, I'm not going to take a team on it. I'm not going to take a team on a 5-game losing streak versus a team on a 6-game winning streak. But I don't trust Carson Seymour. This is not an arm I trust. Very limited sample size of 20 innings pitched, but he's 0.8 Ks per inning. He's like an opener. This guy's going like 2.2 innings. So it would be Orioles first 5 run line. After that, I don't want to trust their pen. So I only trust when Trevor Rogers is in the game. All right, couple more games here to get through, folks. We got the Cubs and the Rockies. So we got McKay Brown going up against Javier Assad. I am not putting my faith in Javier Assad. He is a pitcher I have never liked. But you get McKay Brown, who looked awful in his debut against the Pirates. They tattooed him. Give me the Cubs, but we're going to go Cubs team total over 4.5 and pair that with the Astros on the money line. So that's how we're going to play that. It's an alt team total here. All right, next one's going to be the D-backs and the Dodgers. Eduardo Rodriguez. I don't know why I got to roll that R when I say his name. Going up against Tyler Glasnow. Dodgers getting beat 3-0 last night. It's absurd. Zach Gallen, they made him look like the best pitcher in baseball. It's embarrassing for the Dodgers. I mean, the value here is on the Diamondbacks. This is a Dodgers team that is not hitting lefties well. And this is Rodriguez, who's actually been somewhat serviceable. He still sucks, but somewhat serviceable. D-backs have been heating up. It's going to be 81 degrees. Wind's going to be blowing dead out to center. And we get an over-under of 8.5. Value simply either D-backs on the money line or D-backs on the run line, but that's where it's at. And then our last game is going to be Texas and Oakland. I think a lot of people were on Oakland yesterday. Texas ended up winning that. Like I said yesterday, I can't get behind Jeffrey Springs. That is never a pitcher that I want to back. He's too inconsistent. Today, we get Merrill Kelly going up against Mason Barnett. So this will be a debut. It's going to be the Rangers for me. Give me the Rangers on the money line at this price. I think we're getting a pretty good price with their best pitcher on the mound. Well, not best pitcher, second best pitcher. Let's be honest, DeGrom's their best. Weather at Sutter Health Park, straight out to center field. So it's pretty much like it is every game. It's going to be warm, 97 degrees, but we do have low humidity, but we got middle pressure kind of low. So carry should be good. Rangers team total over, Rangers on the money line is how I would play this. All right, let's get into our best bets, get you guys on your way. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel. Our best bets for the day, Rays on the money line, both teams to score 2. You can get that on BetMGM, or you can build that on DraftKings. Plus 120 on BetMGM. We're going to take the Padres -1. We're paying this heavy juice. Probably the first time all season I've done this. -148, but we're going to do a unit and a half. All right. Then we're going to take the Padres on the run line. We're going to do a unit there. So we could get burned here. If the Padres end up being real shitty today, it's going to hurt. But that's the risk we take. Tigers and the Royals, we're going to go right back to the over here. Like I said, between Kolek and Flaherty, there should be runs. And then we're going to take a little 2-leg here. We're going to take the Cubs to get over 4.5 runs and the Astros on the money line. Pair those two together, we get plus 125. Now, college football bets I like today. Give you guys 4. Ohio State and Texas. I am heavily biased, admittingly. I do like Ohio State at the Horseshoe. It's just simply if they were home. If they were on the road, it would be Texas for me. But in Columbus, I'm taking Ohio State on the money line. Give me UK. University of Kentucky, -9.5 versus Toledo. At home, should be an interesting game, but I think UK pulls away at the end. Give me Indiana, -23.5 versus Old Dominion. Just feels a little light. I think this is an Indiana team that's going to be really good. And then last play, give me North Alabama, +28.5 versus Western Kentucky. It feels a little heavy, right? I've got this about a 24-point game, so give me North Alabama +28.5. So 4 leans I have for today. Other college football games. Let's see. Let's talk about it. Clemson, I think they get the job done. Bama, I think Bama -13.5 versus FSU is pretty good. So there are some angles here that, I would take in this spot. Let's see about some other games here we can talk through. FAU and Maryland's an interesting one. The 14.5 just scares me. If it were 13.5, give me Maryland. But at this price, I would take FAU +14.5. Ball State and Purdue, I thought was interesting. I would kind of lean Ball State at +17.5 today. Tulane and Northwestern was one I thought was pretty interesting. I am probably going to get to the window with Tulane -4.5, I think. Tennessee and Syracuse is another one. That 13.5 number is really intriguing. I would have to go Tennessee -13.5 in that spot. Let's see. I think there was couple other games I was looking at. Can't get to them. Nevada and Penn State's interesting. 43.5. Like, that's a lot. I don't know, man. I've got this one 49-6 Penn State. So probably just a Penn State over total for me, but don't know if I can get to the window with that. Georgia -38.5. I think that's a pretty good bet against Marshall. Probably not going to pull the trigger first week. It's a pretty high price to play week 1, but I do like Georgia -38.5. So a couple of leans that looking at in college football. Comment down below with what you guys like today. But that's going to do it for me. Appreciate you tuning in and catch you in the next video.